heart of Powys, where the River Ithon carves a gentle curve through the rolling Welsh hills, stood Cefnllys Castle, its stones whispering tales of ambition, betrayal and fleeting glory. It was the 13th century, and the March lands were a cauldron of conflict, where Welsh princes and Norman lords vied for dominance. Cefnllys, perched on a steep ridge, was both a fortress and a statement, a symbol of control in a lawless frontier. The castle's story begins in 1242, when Ralph de Mortimer, a powerful Norman baron, raised its first walls to secure his grip on Maelienydd, a region fiercely contested by the Welsh. The site was perfect, a high, narrow ridge flanked by the river's oxbow, nearly unassailable. Ralph's men toiled hauling stone up the slopes, their labour etching his ambition into the landscape. But the Welsh, led by the indomitable Llywelyn ap Gruffudd, were not so easily tamed. In 1262, Llywelyn's forces swept through, torching the fledgling castle, its wooden palisades no match for their fury. The Mortimers rebuilt, this time with stone, their resolve as hard as the new walls. By the late 13th century, Cefnllys had grown into a formidable stronghold, its twin-towered gatehouse glowering over the valley. It was a place of stark contrasts. The hall rang with feasts and the clink of goblets, while the dungeons below held the groans of prisoners, Welsh and Norman alike. One tale, half legend, tells of a young Welsh captive, Owain, a bard with a voice like the wind over the Cambrian mountains. Imprisoned for rallying resistance, he sang of freedom each night, his melodies drifting through the arrow slits. The guards, entranced, began to listen, and one moonless night a sentry slipped him a key. Owain vanished into the hills, his songs later heard in Llywelyn's court, fueling rebellion. The castle's fortunes waxed and waned. In 1294 it withstood a siege by Madog ap Llywelyn, its walls scarred but unbroken. Yet by the 14th century the Mortimer's star was fading. The castle changed hands, briefly held by the crown, then granted to the Llywelyn, only to be reclaimed by the Mortimer's heirs. Each owner added to its defences, but none could halt time's slow siege. By the 15th century, as the Wars of the Roses bled England, Cefnllys was abandoned, its purpose lost in an era of new battles and shifting borders. Nature reclaimed what men forgot. Ivy strangled the towers and the gatehouse crumbled into the river's embrace. By the 19th century, only earthworks and scattered stones remained. The castle's story reduced to whispers in local lore. Farmers spoke of ghostly lights on the ridge, some claiming Owain's spirit still sang, his voice carried on the Ithon's ripples. Today, Cefnllys is a shadow. Its earthworks a puzzle for archaeologists. The site, rarely visited, feels heavy with memory, as if the stones still hold the weight of old oaths and older grudges. To stand there is to hear the clash of swords in the wind, to feel the pulse of a borderland where loyalty was as fleeting as the river's flow.